Sagittarius, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early September 2022. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy, so to speak, test them out, right? So let's see what's going on for the Saggies, my guides. Talk to me. And yeah, we're just going to look at this first card real quick, and then we'll get into the full tarot reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card with the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which I always find intriguing. But let's get this first card out here. What's up with my lovely Saggies? Oh, quick. That card popped out super fast, and there could be some sort of reminiscing happening here, Saggy. And of course, it could be talking, but I'm getting somebody in the memory field, in the memory banks, you know what I mean? So we'll break that down because there's a lot of symbolism in this first card. But before we do, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the September subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping its third eye, I'm sure it could use your enlightenment, my friends. Into the reading we go. Enough of that. Enough of the plugs. You see this lady here, she has her eyes closed. Yes, there are these letters here, so we can think about communications, talk, somebody thinking about saying something or speaking something. But notice she is holding that locket. To me, when I see this card, I always think of somebody reminiscing. To me, this is a big card similar to that of kind of the Four of Cups, but more like the Six of Cups, a card of the past. So there could be something linked to the past in this time that could be re-emerging or popping up. So that's something to be aware of. But yeah, this could also be daydreaming, thinking. Try your best to stay out of your head in this time. Or it could just be some sort of conversation. We're just going to have to see how it all plays out. But yeah, this, if it's not you, there's someone you're connected to that is really thinking fondly or thinking back on memories in general. Obviously, not every memory is fond, not everyone's bad. But I'm getting that reminiscing heavily. So let's get into tarot. I'm going to use this vice versa tarot and get you 3 in the upright before we intuitively clarify, get those juicy messages, right? So let's shuffle it up one time for Saggy, my guides. Talk to me. So, last few weeks, the readings for Sagittarius have been pretty positive, if you ask me. Last week's was Unexpected Assistance. Simple, right? Only 2 words in that title. So hopefully if you've been going through a rough one, or maybe someone's volunteered to help you out in some sort of way, it felt good to me. That energy could still persist. That could still happen. But I've been seeing energies of blessings, exciting news, so all sorts of good stuff. So we're going to hope to keep that going, Saggy. Let's get 3 out here for my friends. As you know, energy is very fluid, so only take this how it hits for you. Okay, we have Temperance in position number 1. Very important card in a Sagittarius reading. Because if you don't know, that's the card that represents you. Okay. All right, we have a Tower here. Okay. I'm not going to speculate on what that Tower is because it could just link into what we had last week. But I've been seeing some concerning cards for other signs, so we're going to have to explore this a bit further. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords as well. Another card that's been repeating a little bit. So we're going to have to really dive deeper on this, Saggy. I'm going to give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get the juicy intuitive stuff, because that could really flip a reading on its head. But position number 1, we have the Temperance card, like I already mentioned. It's the card that represents Sagittarius. So the importance of this card, when we clarified, it could be something that's coming towards you. It could be something that you're feeling in this time. Aside from that, this is a big card of patience, right? Somebody having a bit of temperance, refraining from something, refraining from an action. But also, this is a big card of spiritual protection to me. Active spiritual protection. This is the Archangel Michael on this card, so the defender. So it could easily be spirit saying like, hey, you are protected, you're going to be okay, you're going to be safe. Someone's watching over you, whether it's your ancestors, whether it's your guardian angels, someone or something is watching your back, which is always nice. But like I also said, this could literally just be something representing you as an individual. Now moving to the center, we have the Tower. Classically, this is the energy of shock, surprise, the unexpected, kind of like what we saw last week. I always say not every tower is a bad tower. It's some sort of shakeup. It's some sort of foundation shifting and shaking. So we're really going to want to see what this is when we clarify it. Okay. It doesn't have to be bad, though. It's just something you might not see coming or you might not have seen coming. So we really want to pull more detail. The energy of shock is the simplest way to speak about the Tower. Okay, sometimes to make way for the new, the old needs to go. But moving to the very back end here, we have an intriguing energy to me. We have the Queen of Swords. Now, this could represent an older feminine figure in your life. It could represent an air sign that you might be connected to, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. She is a very honest, stern type of energy. This is a serious type of energy. I always say when she comes out, this is someone that doesn't take any crap, doesn't take any BS or nonsense. This is somebody who's been through some things and they're a little cold because of it. All right, so the positives of her is she sees everything. She's a good planner and is stern and shrewd. The negative of her is she can be a little cold. So I want to see what she represents. If she's not a person in your life, it could just be another mode that you could be entering into. So let's dive deeper on all this, Saggy. Let's jump in and clarify. Excuse me. All right, let's shuffle it up one time for the lovely Saggies. Let's see what's going on, my friends. What do we got? And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on Temperance. And also, if you read tarot yourself, I always like to give you the invitation to please play along. That's why this box is here. If you're feeling any messages off this spread, you could share with Saggy down below in the comments. I don't mind at all. So why is Temperance here? You won't step on my toes, Saggy. Why is Temperance here? Thank you. Page of Swords. Again. All right, you might have to hold your ground in regards to something here. Or there could be somebody watching your moves. Okay, I'm feeling like it's one or the other. Now the Page of Swords, once again, energy of air sign. So if a lot of you are connected to an air sign, there's double here. Page of Swords could also represent children. This is a defensive type of energy. So I'm getting that sub-message that I got similarly in the Leo reading, that you are protected, even if you don't realize it, even if you don't see it. This Page of Swords, aside from being the watcher of the tarot deck, is defensive, right? So this could literally be spirit shrouding you or watching over you in some kind of way, in a positive way, in a positive light. This is beautiful angelic energy. However, some of you might need to stand your ground, right? Now might be the time to really dig your feet into the ground and take a stand of some sort, right? Don't let something slide. Don't let something... For some of you, that could literally be it. Like, no, now's the time for you to take a stand here. But yeah, for another portion of you, it could just be someone watching your moves, analyzing you. That might be a mode you're in. You could be a Page of Swords right now, for all I know, just connected to your situation. We're going to go in on this Tower. I feel like the Tower and the Queen of Swords are the linchpin of this spread. So we're going to see what they're about. I like the message if it's just speaking about spirit watching over you, which is nice. So why is the Tower here? Thank you. Yeah. There might be some funky things coming. There might be some funky things happening. And I'm getting like 2 or 3 messages right off the bat. It's like whenever I'm popping cards, they're coming through like a flood. So bear with me as I try to pull them and decipher them for you. But we have the Wounded Warrior in the upright underneath the Tower. So for a portion of you, this could be somebody recovering from some sort of devastation, recovering from some sort of Tower moment where everything, like something shocking may have happened. You might still be in recovery mode. For another portion of you, you could be trying to avoid a Tower. Like, all right, I'm not going to go through that again. I'm not going to allow this to happen. But for another portion of you, I'm getting that heavy protection here. Like, regardless of what's going to happen, regardless of what's going on, you're going to be fine. Everything's going to be okay, right? Like, there's a big defensive energy in this whole spread to me. But the shocking energy, like, yeah, for some of you, it could have been some sort of shocking situation, shocking issue that's happened, that's left you in Wounded Warrior mode, where you're like, all right, never again, I'm not going to let that happen, okay? There's, like I've been saying since the beginning, there's a big connection to the past and trauma, and it's kind of showing up here. But just know that everything's going to be okay. The energy of shock and towers is still here. But regardless of what towers might happen, what shocking things might happen, you're going to be okay. Okay, this is you being protected. We're going to see what's up with that Queen of Swords. Then we'll do a recap before we get into the shadow card. I would watch out for world events, because I will say this, in all the fire signs, I've been getting similar energies, right? I've been getting 10 of Swords, things ending. I've been getting some things. So watch for world events in this time. We're going to go in on this Queen of Swords. And you know me, I'm an optimistic reader. So why is the Queen of Swords here? All right, that's good. That's good. We have the King of Wands underneath this Queen of Swords. This bodes very well. This could be an individual that would be a good teammate for you. This could be somebody that really could offset you in a positive way. Now, for another portion of you, this could be another fire sign that you're linked with. But whenever I get a king and queen, I think of partnerships. I think of connections as well. There might be an individual that really offsets you in a good way, and vice versa. But like I said, when we have fire, when we have air, which is wands and swords, the explosive, towery type of energy is still persistent because we have a tower. Page of Swords, Queen of Swords, Nine of Wands, King of Wands. It's all fire, it's all air, it's all explosive. Okay, but you might get by with a little help from your friends with this type of energy. If you need help, if you need assistance, it's okay. We saw it in last week's reading. Now, the King of Wands is an entrepreneurial shot caller type of energy as well. And I do just feel like if this isn't somebody you have in your life, this is somebody that can show up, somebody that could really assist you and offset you in a very positive way. And if that reminds you of someone, I mean, that's who they are, right? They're popping up right now in your mind. We're going to keep moving. I'm going to give you a quick recap here. And of course, the Queen of Swords with the King of Wands, these are people I could get through issues, serious situations together as a unit, as a team. So this feels good to me. Let's go through and I'll give you a quick recap before the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have Temperance, which is your card, with the Page of Swords in the upright. So this could literally be Spirit watching over your back, saying, hey, I got you. I'm going to battle for you. For some of you, you might need to take a stand. All right, you might need to say enough's enough. This is what's going to happen. For another portion of you, it could be someone keeping tabs on you, or you might be keeping tabs on someone else. But in the center, we have the Tower with the Nine of Wands. This could be somebody still healing from some sort of shocking event. This could be somebody trying to avoid said shocking event with the Wounded Warrior underneath there. But it was also giving me the energy of divine protection, someone or something watching your back. Also watch out for the world events. On the very back end, we have the Queen of Swords with the King of Wands, all fire and air. Pretty much all fire and air in this spread when we get to the minor arcana. So the explosive, volatile energy is here. That shocking tower energy is all throughout this spread. But this could be an individual that offsets you well and assists you in some sort of way. This is a very close partnership. If it's not in your life right now, it could be coming in, like somebody that could just possibly make you feel whole in a way. So this feels nice. And I don't just do love readings. This feels like good assistance. We're going to get you one shadow card here. Please take a screenshot if you want to look into that further. But let's see what's going on here for the Saggies. What's in the shadows? Yes, my friends, this is from the Shadowland Tarot, which is an awesome way to end off every reading. So we're going to see what's in the shadows for Saggy. Usually I read the inverse, but we're going to see what I feel from this. Okay. Shadows could be repressed things. It could be memories. We have the Page of Cups. So issues revolving around communication. For another portion of you, this water sign energy is starting to show up. The Page of Cups is usually somebody communicating their emotions. So Spirit could be highlighting that for you, like whether it is you speaking up, saying what you feel. Issues in regards to that. Maybe this could be an individual that spills a little too much, but another thing with pages is they represent children. So a portion of you, this could represent some sort of scar from childhood that's still presenting itself in your adult life. So that's something to watch out about. But for a portion of you, you might need to have some sort of conversation or talk with the Page of Cups because they're all messengers. So Saggy, please do with that what you will. Don't click away just yet though. I'm going to give you the details of the September subscriber surprise. For the September subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful, wonderful Vice Versa Tarot. This is the deck that I'm using in all the readings for September. So if you'd like to get your name in, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, what is your favorite use for tarot? You'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month going into October, I'll put the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love to you. And I'll see you next time.